Serge just wanted to get paid, man. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Raps Report, a podcast where I talk about the Raptors and the NBA. I'm your host, Luca Rosano, back with another show. In today's show, we're going to talk about some very interesting stuff and some news that we have all learned over the last 24 hours or so. Before we get into today's show, do me a solid favor, guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Ring the bell. Follow me on social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And become a channel member today if you can to receive custom perks and emojis for these videos, live streams, and you help support this channel. Okay, so some very interesting stuff has been learned about Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, and the Toronto Raptors. So let's get right into it. Michael Grange of Sportsnet reports that Ibaka had interest in returning to Toronto, even with the knowledge that he would likely have to accept a one-year deal. However, the Raptors apparently lowballed Ibaka with their offers, in part because they still wanted to save space to re-sign Gasol. And according to Grange, the desire to also retain Gasol bothered Ibaka. And this is the quote from Grange. But the Raptors' first offer, about $12 million for the 2020-21 season, was below what he was expecting. And while Toronto came up to $14 million, they were still trying to keep some powder dry to pursue Gasol. That didn't go over well with Ibaka, who, according to multiple sources, resented having to play behind the Spanish international and wasn't going to sign on for a shared role again. Ibaka quickly pivoted to the Clippers and signed a 2-year deal for $19 million. And right now, the Raptors could have used Ibaka as he provides some much-needed front-court scoring, as the Raptors currently rank 29th out of 30 teams in terms of offensive rating. I don't blame Serge Ibaka if this report proves to be true. I mean, you look at Ibaka, guys, he deserved to be paid, and he deserved to come back to the Toronto Raptors in a starter's role. He came off arguably one of his best seasons of his career, and right now, you look at the Toronto Raptors, the Raptors should have brought back and re-signed Serge Ibaka. You look at the issues so far with this team. What have they been? We don't have a starting center. We don't have front court scoring or consistent front court scoring. How are we going to rely on Baines and Len the rest of the way? So Ibaka, by losing him, we've lost out on offensive production, defense, and rebounding. 3 big areas that the Raptors continuously have struggled with. So I was on board for bringing back Ibaka. I did many shows on it that the Raptors should have just given Ibaka whatever he wanted. But the problem stemmed from the fact that the Raptors were saving cap space for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then what happened? It blew up right in their face after Giannis signed the Supermax. So the Raptors took a major L this offseason, losing both of their centers, losing a guy in Ibaka who continues to play great basketball. It's unfortunate because I feel like Ibaka deserved more respect. He deserved more of, just of a better acknowledgement by the Toronto Raptors based on what he's done here over the last couple of years in Toronto. So I would have liked the Raptors to make a much more compelling offer to Ibaka. And I don't blame Ibaka for not wanting to re-sign, given the fact that the Raptors weren't willing to give him more money and they weren't willing to give him that starting position if it were to come down to that. So, yeah, we're hurting right now, guys. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the starting center position, but sooner or later, Masai Ujiri is going to have to address it. I don't think we can continue going here with Aaron Baines as our starting center and then Alex Len as our backup. These are both backups, in my opinion, third stringers even. You got to go out and get a starting center via a trade, or maybe you could pick somebody up on a mid-exception deal. You gotta get somebody. You gotta stir the pot. You gotta get better at that center position. And if the Raptors want any chance of turning this 1-6 start to their season around, they're gonna have to get better production from their bigs. I thought I would just talk about this. Very, very interesting when I first read it, coming from Michael Grange, who is a really credible source over there on Sportsnet. So yeah, guys, what is your reaction to this? Do you agree with me? Should the Raptors have done whatever it took to re-sign Ibaka and bring him back? The Raptors should have kept him. Point blank, the Raptors should have kept Serge Ibaka. That was by far their biggest loss of the offseason. And you bring back Ibaka, I know it's one player, but I guarantee you right now the Raptors are not 1-6, and the Raptors actually look a hell of a lot better than what they have looked like. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this. Smash that like button, sub to the channel if you are new, ring the bell, follow me on social media. I'll be doing another live play-by-play and reaction tomorrow when the Raptors take on the Kings, and then following the game, I'll be doing a post-game pod. Call it a must-win or not. I mean, the Raptors gotta figure it out sooner or later. They're 1-6. Kings are not going to be any easy team to just walk all over. The Raptors could be looking at a 1-7 start, but there are some positives to take away from their loss against the Suns that I mentioned in my recap from last night. So hopefully some of those positives translate into the game against the Kings and into the rest of this West Coast trip as the Raptors look to win a couple of games and get their season back on track. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all again in the next one. Till next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace.